Good evening, and welcome to a really excellent Plan B. Please be seated. You both look beautiful. It's my honor to ordain this union today in front of such an intimate crowd. It's a special opportunity because I think each guest here loves and knows at least one of you as well as I do. And I know that none of us are missing the occasion to reflect on the good fortune this whole COVID mess has actually ended up presenting. First off, we really trimmed the fat as far as the guest list. There will be no awkward conversations at dinner. The guest list is strictly BBS. More seriously, you guys, your friends and your family have both taken notice of the tremendous grace under pressure that you both demonstrated in handling the circumstances that presented themselves. You had to make some hard choices during a process that's supposed to be entirely fun. You took up that mantle in stride, and apropos of both of your characters, you surmounted every hurdle handily and in good humor. Tory, you laughed off chin stitches 2 weeks before your wedding. Who are you? Chris, in the flux of every detail, you've repeatedly reiterated that your chief interest is Tory's happiness. You guys have been like expert mogul skiers, navigating all the bumps with finesse. And like any level of crisis, what really mattered remained, rose to the top, and everything else fell to the wayside. That's where this audience comes in, all of you. Chuck and Kathy, Bob and Margaret, Tory and Chris have repeatedly credited you with their success tonight. Thank you for everything that you've done in the last year and in the many years before, which brought us to this moment. I'm happy to look out at the four of you, each beaming so brightly. Your pride is well deserved today. It's my privilege and hope to imbue this ceremony with the same care and regard that the six of you have employed in getting us here. Which brings us to the third benefit of this ceremony, a small ceremony. The opportunity to be a little more candid, a little bit more honest, about the less glamorous but more practical aspects of their relationship and what makes it work so well. In preparing to officiate this ceremony, I asked both Chris and Tory to fill out a short questionnaire that I created. I was hoping to get a better idea of what each of them credited as being the secret to their success. Not unsurprisingly, their answers were not dissimilar. They both encouraged me to voice that one of the most compelling qualities of their relationship is the hard work that goes into it, the consciousness, the willingness to learn and grow, to search inward after every tiff and bump in the road for how they could better handle the situation in the future, how they can improve and offer more to the other on the next go-around. These two are always learning and growing together. And that's what a marriage is. When you love someone, you don't love them all the time in the exact same way, although that's what some of us expect. We forget the ebb and flow of life. We insist on permanence, continuity, a linear progression. But in love, as in life, the only constant is change. Stability is only found where growth and freedom flourish. These two proved a long time ago that they have all the tools in their chest necessary to make those adjustments along the way, to prepare and respond to any issue that crops up in their journey. That less glamorous side having been addressed, so many parts of this relationship have also been effortless. These two lovable goofs have a lot of individual qualities which made their joining together really natural. Chris credits Tory's empathy and resilience, her ability to get up after a fall donning a smile despite a little blood, to get back on that bike, metaphorically speaking, even if she has no business on that mountain bike trail. Tory credits Chris's sincerity and his modesty, his complete lack of ego. They both love to host and both mention how much they've enjoyed jointly executing dinner parties and get-togethers with their family and friends. Because that's who these two are. That's what matters to them equally. It's certainly a trait that we've all enjoyed. And when the house is empty, it's just the two of them, the joy and cheer still abounds between the walls. Whether they're dancing in the living room with the dogs, or they're quietly napping on each other, these two puzzle pieces always fit together. Chris, I'm not reverent towards too many things, but my sister's happiness is one of them. Tory has always been my number one defender. She's always in my corner, and so I've always tried to match her protectiveness. Now she'll always be in your corner. Getting to know you over the last 3 years, I could not be more confident in the wisdom of her choice. Your kindness, your loyalty, your talent, your intelligence have all made the process of handing off that guard, blessing this union, especially easy. I look forward to being your brother-in-law, and this whole family knows that Tory will be in good hands. So without further ado, let's join those hands. Please look at each other. Let's slow things down and cherish this moment. One chapter is ending today and another is beginning. From your first glance, your acquaintance, to this juncture of commitment, you've walked this path to this moment through many little promises and agreements along the way. From that first moment of yes to this moment of yes, you've been making commitments to each other in an informal way. Now it's time to make those vows official. To declare those promises aloud, blessed and sanctioned by the care and support of your closest friends and family. And just as in how you got here, what you promised today will need to be renewed tomorrow and every day after that. That's what it takes. Joyously, keeping the gravity of those promises in mind, I invite you to now share your vows. Tory?
Chris, looking back at where we started, it's hard to believe we're standing here today. Between your Sunday Funday t-shirt and the incriminating photos of you in full Renaissance attire, I had some major concerns during our early courtship. Fortunately, you were too confident to notice and persisted onward. It wasn't long before I realized what I thought were red flags were signs of your best traits. You get the absolute most out of every minute you get. Every task, chore, and adventure is met with the same unbridled enthusiasm. I clearly remember our first mountain bike ride and how amazed you were that I kept getting back up after falling, and with a smile on my face. It wasn't until months later you found out I was quietly muttering, I hate this, I hate this, as I bumped my way along the trail. But here's my promise to you. I promise to always get back up when you fall, even if I'm thinking, I hate this. To always remember that I love you for pushing me beyond my comfort zone. To remind you that you are human, will indeed make mistakes, but will still have me in your corner. I promise to always dance in the living room. I cannot promise it will be on beat. I will always put you before the dogs, except when it comes to couch space. I promise to fill our lives with laughter, even if it's just me laughing at my own jokes. I promise to be honest, to hold your hand, to support you in your successes and your failures, to always remember we're on the same team, and I promise I won't forget how lucky I am to have you. You're so different in so many ways, but it's our hard work and steady commitment that brought us here today. It's not the fairy tale love that we're taught to expect when we're small, but it's supremely real. And so my final and most important vow is to always work to make our relationship better every single day.
Can't kiss yet. Chris?
Tory, on June 27th, 2020, I thought I couldn't possibly love you anymore. I woke up this morning, proving myself wrong for the 180th time this year. And I can't wait for tomorrow morning and every morning to come with you, because I continue to fall more in love with you every single day, and you truly make every day better than the last. Tory, you made me realize that I don't want to be a one-man band. You helped me see that 2 dogs are better than 1. I don't think you'll ever convince me that 3 are better than 2, but it won't be for lack of trying. You showed me how much can be seen and done before 8 a.m. I had no idea. You demonstrated how rewarding it is to solve a problem or accomplish a goal together versus going at it alone. And you've opened my eyes to how nice it is to come home to a beautiful smile, a hug, a squeeze, and a kiss, and someone to share a lifetime of stories with. You've already given me so much, Tory, and here is what I vow to do. From my family, from my mom, I learned that you, as a woman, should expect the same rights, opportunities, and treatments as any man, and I'll never stand for anybody treating you any different. From my sister, out there in the camera, that family comes first, no matter what, and you will always come first to me. And from my dad, that I will continue to rub your feet to keep the love alive, and to always do what is right, no matter what, and to pass that down to our kids. I vow to continue leaving spoons with peanut butter in the sink for you to find in the morning, to continue talking too loudly on conference calls, to try to keep it down at least a little bit when I'm DJing or fixing cars or whatever crazy hobby I pick up in the future, and there will be many. But mostly, I just want to ride bikes with you. I vow to hike and bike and paddleboard and drone and swim and adventure with you. to keep giving you big squeezes, whether you need them or not, to keep working on me and on us, to always try to see and consider your side of things, to make the big decisions together as a team, to always be open and honest, even when it's tough, to be the best dad I can possibly be to our kids, to help and support you in reaching all of your dreams, and to love you fiercely and unconditionally until the day that I die. I love you more than I'll ever be able to express in word story, but I vow that I'll never stop trying.
Good job, guys. Please release your hands. I'm going to hand you your rings now, as carefully as I can. This, take that for me. These rings are a symbol of the promises that you've made together. People always talk about rings being perfect circles, representing the eternal nature of love, having no beginning or end. But really, these rings did have a beginning. They were stones formed deep within the Earth's pressure a long time ago. And eventually, a series of lucky events caused them to rise to the surface where someone dug them up. They were cut and painstakingly polished. Metal was liquefied in a furnace, molded, cooled, and shaped. Something beautiful was made from raw elements. Your love is like that. It began humbly, and through a combination of serendipity and effort, imperfect beings have shaped it into something extraordinary, something beautiful. So, let's slide those bad boys on. I'll start with Tory, and if you'll repeat after me. Chris, this ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
This ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
Chris. Tory, this ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
Tory, this ring symbolizes my love for you and the commitments we have made today.
Tory and Chris, you've come here today in the presence of family and friends and declared your promise of love and commitment to each other. You have given and received a ring as a symbol of your promises. May you continue to walk the path that brought you here, and always remember what you so cherish today. By the power of that love, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
There's no real dancing here, that's just not